Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Unlocked live stream. You guys, we are having some trouble getting on the Facebook group live today, some technical difficulties, but we are live on YouTube, and the replay will be here in the Facebook group and the YouTube channel forever and ever. So let me introduce our guest for the day. We have Chris, who is with Propstream. And typically I do a lot of the talking on these, but this one's going to be a little bit different because we are doing a live demo of the Propstream software, which is a fantastic software I have used for years and years and years. I think we started in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been a user for a long time. So I'm going to turn it over and you're going to really kind of take it from here. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jesse. And thanks for having me, everyone.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. So like she said, I'm Chris. I'm a product specialist here at Propstream. So I'm fortunate enough that they let me try to teach people how to use the software. So that's what we're going to get started on today. And there's a lot of info to go over. There's a lot of info, a lot of data that goes into Propstream. But that doesn't mean we won't have time for any of your questions.
Cool.
So if at any point today, if you have a question about Propstream, please feel free to post that into our chat.
Yeah.
I will say this is a new streaming platform for me. I'm more used to Zoom, so bear with me, a little bit of patience while I get used to some of these controls.
You're going to be perfect. You're going to be great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Knock on wood. Let's knock on all the wood here.
So if you want to just hit, it's like the fourth little thing at the bottom, present.
And share.
Yes.
We're up
I will add you. There we are.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, the first thing I like to do whenever I'm talking about Propstream is just to make sure we're all on the same page about what it is we do here at Propstream. Because like I said, we have a lot of data and we have a lot of tools. So here at Propstream, we're a real estate lead generation software, and we use big data, advanced filtering capabilities, intuitive marketing tools, and a whole lot more to help real estate professionals try to find leads and then convert those leads into new clients or deals. Essentially, what we're doing here at Propstream is we're aggregating data from both public record and MLS data sources. We're kind of doing that scavenger hunt for you. So as an investor, what that means for you is that you can go to propstream.com, sign up for an account, and use your account to access our massive database. We have over 155 million properties nationwide in the United States. And you can expect to see MLS on-market information next to MLS historic info, next to your mortgage info, next to flipper information, pretty much everything you see listed here. And for the sake of brevity, I won't read it all. But with Propstream, you can perform lead gen. We didn't want to stop there, though. We added in more tools and features along the way. So we started off as lead gen, but then we thought, what else do you need? And you might need contact information. So in Propstream, you'll also find skip tracing, and you'll find tools to help you get that contact info. But then next, you might need to perform outbound marketing, right? You have the leads and you have the contact info, but now you need to reach out to them. So we put outbound marketing solutions into Propstream too. You can find emails, you can find postcards, and you can even build your own landing pages. Beyond that, we introduced comprehensive comping. So with just a few button clicks, you can get a PDF comp report when you're trying to comp a property. We have calculators if you're trying to run an ADU calculation, if you're trying to install, if you're trying to do a new rehab on a property, we can get you a line item PDF report for that. And we've taken a lot of these tools and features and we shrank them down and moved them over to the cell phone. So if you're someone that doesn't want to be cooped up in your office, if you like to look for leads on the go, you can take the power of Propstream with you in the palm of your hand.
Awesome.
That's what we do here at Propstream. So
what would you say? So I did take a break from some direct to seller marketing for about a year. What would you say you guys have added in the last 12 months?
Okay, in the last 12 months, a big one would be our ADU calculator.
Okay.
That's a brand new one. We had the rehab calculator before, but we've noticed with the housing inventory being what it is, that a lot of people are kind of gravitating towards ADUs as a solution to that. Yeah. So the ADU calculator is a big one. And we also did a really big revamp on the search page. So we went through a couple of pages. We thought, this looks a little dated here and this looks a little dated there. So we're trying to modernize everything with big updates there. So yeah, if you looked at it a year ago compared to today, that search page looks a whole lot better.
Awesome. And I don't think I really in the past have utilized a lot of the marketing channels. So I would love to see those as part of the demo today.
Yeah, absolutely. I can
Yeah.
show you the emails, the postcards, and
I think that's the number one issue or kind of hurdle that a lot of our community members are facing is deal sourcing. I actually put out a poll the other day that, what's your biggest challenge? And it was over 50% of people were saying deal sourcing. So the ability to contact sellers directly, which I know is part of the power of PropStream, definitely want to hit on that because that's what everyone is struggling with today.
You say that's perfect. Yeah, if that's what people are struggling with, then I think PropStream might be the answer for that.
Yeah.
But here, let's get hands-on with it now. Now that we're all on the same page, we know what it is. I can show you how you actually use it, how you can get those leads, and how you can use all those different features.
Cool.
So here's our search page. Once you go to propstream.com, you log in. This is the first thing you see, and this is where you can do your lead gen. So for me, our office is located in Orange County. I like to do a lot of Orange County searches for that. We're also close to Disneyland. Yeah, I like to go check in on Walt and see how he's doing. But you can go to PropStream and search your market. There's a search bar at the top. And one of my favorite parts is the predictive search that pops down, but we don't need to get into the nitty gritty just yet. You can use the search bar at the top to search your market. And then we'll show you all the leads we have in our database in that area. But then after you perform your search, we have a filter menu here. And this is kind of where the magic happens. So we have over 120 different filters and over 18 different quick list choices that you can use to build your lead lists. So if I'm looking for motivated sellers in Orange County, I just found 32,000 properties that have liens assigned to them.
You guys, let us know in the comments if you are looking for motivated sellers. I am looking for motivated sellers.
Right? If you're looking for that.
Yeah. Let us know if you're in that same boat.
And if you're looking for motivated buyers, if you're on the flip side and you finished your acquisitions, you got your property, and maybe now you're trying to sell something. Maybe you held on to it for a really long time. You got really good appreciation in it, and now you're ready to cash out. Well, you can also use PropStream to help you find cash buyers. So whether you're in acquisitions or dispose, we have the data that you're looking for. But that's just a simple way to pull a list, right? Is kind of searching, grabbing our quick list, and then getting 32,000 results. But remember, we have 120 filters here. And that's kind of the fun with PropStream, is we get to go into here and build a customized lead list. So if you have a really specific strategy, if you have specific properties that you're trying to target, then we can help you target those. And if you're looking,
Lizzie asked on YouTube if you can create your own quick list. Like, can you save this and run it again and again?
Yeah, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
We can do that. So we have these boxes here above our map. And excuse me, it looks like it's loading a little slow. But we call these quick filter boxes. But they're essentially, if you look, they're all the quick list choices here.
Mm-hmm.
But these are customizable. And so these, you can swap them out. You can make them whatever you want them to be. So if you decide, I don't really need a bank-owned box, I want a custom one, you can go into your filter menu, use any of our filters to create a custom box there. And then you use Save Search here to put it onto your homepage.
Okay.
So you can make a customized quick filter, and then you can even put that customized quick filter right on your homepage. So whenever you're searching, now when you search in that market, you'll see just at a glance your quick filter. And you'll see, okay, there's 4,000 of these types of properties here.
Right. And you can, I remember using this to pull zip codes, to pull specific bed and bath count, to pull literally anything that you can imagine is reportable, right?
Pretty much, yeah. If it's one of the forms that we're able to kind of capture and aggregate data from, then it's probably going to be a data point or a filter here on PropStream. And if it's not right now, then it probably will be soon.
Nice.
But yeah, like you said, I don't just have to search a county. Like I did the county search and I got 30,000 properties. It's kind of a lot, especially if I'm using PropStream alone. So I can narrow my scope down, and we kind of give you the choice if you want to be really vague, really general with your searching, or if you want to be really granular and really specific. So instead of a whole county, I can just search my zip code, or I could search a city if I were more interested in properties in a specific city. And then beyond the searching and the lead gen, it's also important for you to know information about where you're buying properties.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're going to buy and hold there for a really long time, you want to know what's going on in that neighborhood. So we also provide statistics and analytics for the markets that you're searching. So you're looking at a certain city, a certain zip code, and you don't know what the markets are like. You don't know what the trends are. You can come to Propstream and you can find that on our stats menu.
So if we had a student who was analyzing a new market, deciding if they should buy and hold, what exactly are we looking at here? Like, how would you interpret this?
Okay, yeah. For the stats here, we have different market trends, listing trends, and sales trends. So if they were looking to buy and hold, some of these are only going to show us like the sales trends for the last 30 days,
right,
or up to a year. We can customize it and get a little more specific, but some of the data here may not be as important for a buy and hold. This may be more important for if you're trying to offload that property, because then you can see what the sales are, what the listings are. But this can also give you some insight maybe for negotiating with that homeowner.
Okay.
If you're having trouble getting them to sell, maybe they're not budging, you can come here and check listing trends and sales trends. Say, well, the trends are listings and sales aren't happening in your market. So maybe it's best based on the data for you to do this sale now.
Okay.
The more info you have, kind of the more arguments you can make, I feel.
Perfect.
Yeah, beyond that stats menu, we also have a heat map. So this is one way if you're searching market to market, this will appear at the bottom. But if you look in the top right corner of your map here on Propstream, something that says analytics. And we have 4 options that will apply. It'll color code your Propstream map. So if you were doing a buy and hold, and maybe you want to look for properties that have good growth potential, Propstream, go to price growth, and let's look at the growth over a 3-year period.
Wow. Go to Columbus, Ohio, if you know where that is on a map. When I moved here from Texas, I did not know where Columbus was, but it's a great market to be in.
I've been to Ohio. I went to Miami University once.
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice.
I've been to Ohio a time or two.
Nice.
It's pretty. It's nice.
Okay. So look at that deep, dark red right there in center of the map.
Look at the price growth here.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, then the best part too, right? Because now we've isolated this area, the red, and I don't know Columbus.
That's exactly where I buy.
That's where you buy? Well,
yeah.
That's true. Now I can pull off the heat map, grab the draw search tool, and I can say, show me all the properties in the red zone. Because that's where the price growth is the best, right? And now it's going to isolate, once it loads, all the properties just in that green area.
I love it.
Right. It's powerful. So you can search your whole county, get all those properties in. Maybe you have a large team of people and you're working on these properties together. Or maybe you're a solo investor and you're using Propstream by yourself. There's kind of options. You can do that general search, or you can do that small narrow down scope search. And here, let me show you an example. We've been pulling a couple lists or doing a couple searches, but let me filter through a list, a really targeted lead list, and save it into my Propstream account. Okay. So you can see what that looks like from start to finish, and then how I'm able to pull that into all the other tools. So we'll stay here in Columbus. We'll even stay in our red zone. But beyond being in our red zone and beyond having good price growth, let's look for some properties with liens. Maybe some SFRs that are non-owner occupied and off market.
Dude, you're zooming. You've done this before.
I get pretty quick with it. Once you get comfortable with the software, that's how fast it is for you to pull a lead.
Yeah. Powerful.
You know where the filters are, you're clicking on them. And I was not always like this. The first week or two on Propstream, I was sitting here, Where do I go?
Studying each one.
What's down here? Yeah, so it's something you learn over time. But I probably eventually, maybe even you could be a product specialist. But look, I targeted 3 really specific properties. And now I can click add to list. And this creates a new marketing list in my Propstream account, which is essentially like a spreadsheet. So now I can review these properties at any time. I can review the details, or I can export them out of Propstream and save it directly to my computer.
Have you guys added list stacking at all?
Yeah, we do have some different features that will help with list stacking. So kind of seeing if things are on multiple lists at once.
You guys, list stacking is incredibly powerful because if a seller is on an eviction list and a foreclosure list, you can deduct that the resident not paying their rent has impacted the seller's ability to pay their mortgage. That is a key motivation right there. So the fact they're on both lists, that's pretty big. Stacking is great.
Right, list stacking. And we also have some list automation that goes kind of hand in hand with that stacking. Because finding the leads, that's one thing, but you also want to make sure they're always updated. And this industry moves quick. Something that's in pre-foreclosure today isn't going to be in pre-foreclosure in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or in 2 months.
We say that time kills all deals.
Time is, the great deal breaker in the end. So with List Automator, though, you can kind of resolve a lot of those problems. And I'll show you how that works too. But once you use Propstream, you search your market, you use our filters, and you pull your lead list. Then you come to our left to the navigation bar and you click on My Properties. And this is our list management section. Anytime I save a property on Propstream, it gets stored right here, including my new list of 3 from Columbus, Ohio. So if I click on my marketing list, now I can review those properties and all of the details that we have here at Propstream. And I can even customize this. So if there are certain columns that are missing that are important to me, or if there's information that I don't really need to see, I can add and remove and set custom layouts. And then from here, I can decide to review any of these properties, which I don't think we've looked at the details page.
Ooh, the details. There's a lot of details.
But yeah, that was just the searching. Once I found my properties, then I can kind of qualify and vet them. And this is where you get to see our data aggregation really come together. So like I said, you'll have lien details right next to your mortgage information, something that traditionally was a big scavenger hunt to go find. Now it's all in one spot for you, thanks to Propstream.
Is that, I guess as a user, how trusted is that estimated equity and estimated value? Because we all know Zillow's estimate is not super accurate. Like, why is Propstream doing it better?
So we're going to one of the leading providers of the AVMs, the automated value models that produce these. And it's one of the leading providers of the real estate information. And they're helping us with that AVM. And I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'll let everyone know. We do have big updates that are coming out, and we're seeing big updates to those AVMs. Which should be really, really exciting. We have some buzzwords floating around the office like AI and some other things. But yeah, they're getting pulled from like Atom Data and some of the nation's leading providers, but then we're also looking at updating that to make them even better right now.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, but the nature of that, like with Zillow or with any company, it's an AVM. It works off of pulling all this different data in, and every once in a while you just get like a bad apple that kind of spoils the bunch. So that can happen on Zillow. It can happen over here, but I think it happens a little less over here.
I'll take it. I love it.
All right. But now that we found our properties, we've reviewed our details. We like what we see here, right? Our lien amount, our document. Now I can use Propstream to help me reach out to these individuals. And that's where the skip tracing comes into play. So if I select any of these properties, I can go to New Campaign and then skip tracing. And this will pull me to the skip trace window. And since this is another thing where we're kind of looking for info, we're pulling it into PropStream, it will cost a little bit extra because it's not already in the database.
You guys, skip tracing is anywhere from 10 to 15 cents a record industry wide. So 10 cents is right on par with what you would pay anywhere else.
Yeah, and I do have our special account set up too. So I had mentioned List Automator a little bit earlier. That gives me a little bit of a discount. So mine's at 10 cents, but if you don't have our add-on, you're still looking at just 12 cents per record.
Yeah. Yep, on par.
Yeah, and it's per record too. I've seen some where it's per piece of contact information, which I thought,
wow,
like per email address,
yeah,
per number, and then they return like 10 phone numbers. That's not the case here.
Yeah, that's going to get expensive.
Contact. So you could get up to 16 pieces of info, and that'll be at the same fee.
Okay.
12 cents.
And you guys, if you don't know exactly what we're looking at here, the point is that in order to contact we've identified properties that could be in a distressed situation. In order to contact those folks, you need contact information. So that's what skip tracing is doing, is there's computers behind the scenes that are checking that address against public record and returning how many data pieces would you say?
Ooh, it can be up to 16.
Okay. Yeah. Megan's asking, what information would you get from a skip trace? So email, phone number, mailing address, if it's different than property address. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot.
We're just going to place the order.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let me show you what we'll get. It might take a little bit to load. Luckily, it was a shorter list. If we go here into contacts, this is where we'll find our results. And yeah, that's still loading. But here's an example.
Send these to me so I can contact them when we're done.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll go through every single one. Everyone can screenshot it. And here's your freebies for today.
Love it, y'all. Don't say I don't give you anything.
But here, we'll give you mobile phone numbers, landline, other, which is typically like a VoIP or a voice over IP, which is a little less common, but you'll still get hits for the other category. And then we'll give you emails. And like I said, it's up to 4 pieces of data in each category for a total of 16. And they're organized chronologically, actually. So this phone number at the top is your most recent phone number that we have on file. And then this one at the bottom is the least recent. So with a PropStream skip trace list, you can start at the top and work your way down. Okay. Because most recent to least recent. So
I think the majority of this is amazing. Super powerful features if you are doing your own direct to seller marketing. So I do think a lot of our investors in this community are buying from wholesalers. They're buying off the MLS, not necessarily doing direct to seller. So you guys, if you want, I can bring Chris back on a future podcast and we can do strict direct to seller features. Yeah. But in our last few minutes, can we maybe take it a little high level and more like deal analysis in general, if it's something on the MLS or something from a wholesaler?
Yeah, let's look at the comping tools then. I think the comping tools might be high level, good analysis.
We have a question right now about comping. So whenever we talk comps, when you're clicking comp at a glance, does it take you straight to all the comps, and how accurate are those?
Oh, here we go. Yeah. So if we're at the details page and then we want to figure out the comps, open comps. So this right here, these are going to be like general comps that are pulled off some basic filters. You're going to want to filter these more.
Yeah.
You're going to want to go in, apply your own filters, really get this list more tight. And then the information that you're getting here is going to be what's really important to us. Our average sales price, our average price per square footage, and average days on market. But this comping tool is built so we can easily find properties nearby that recently sold that have similar characteristics. And then I also don't have to show this to the person I'm working with. If I'm working with a wholesaler or someone that I'm trying to purchase this property with, I'm able to take all the info, all the data here on PropStream, and then convert it into a PDF in just 2 button clicks.
Okay. Yeah. Can you show us that? Because I don't think I've taken full advantage of this.
Oh, yeah. So if this were my property, let's say I use PropStream, I found them, I skip traced, I gave them a call, and they're like, yeah, I want to sell. How much is it worth? Well, then I can jump into PropStream, And then immediately I can go to the comping tool. From here, I have the choice to choose what data set I want to use for comping. So I said we pull in public record and MLS data.
Yep.
So depending on what state you're investing in, maybe you're doing a buy and hold in a non-disclosure state. In non-disclosure states, public record's not going to have that final sales price. So it's kind of hard to pull comps. If you have access to the MLS, then you're in luck. You could still get those sales prices, but without MLS access, comping in non-disclosure states can be really difficult.
Non-disclosure just meaning that the public record doesn't show the sales price.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
We don't have that issue here in Ohio, but I do own some property in Texas, and it's non-disclosure, and we struggle to actually just sold, but struggle to figure out a good sales price.
Right. It can be really hard to get those valuations.
Yeah.
So you can choose to use the MLS and then use our MLS sales prices. But we'll go with both, and we'll have a mixture of both data sets. But essentially, I use the filters here to help narrow down the properties on my list to make sure they match the characteristics of my property, which I can find right here at the top in the summary.
We own one, like, I'm not kidding, like 10 houses away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this is pretty on par. It just appraised for 193. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Nailed it.
On, yeah. Here, let's do the date. Year built.
This whole neighborhood was built in about the same time.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And maybe we're lucky. Oh, there is a subdivision. So this is really great. And this was a new addition to as our subdivision comping filter. So if it is in a subdivision, hopefully, right, it's built by like the same company using the same materials, the same kind of building plan. So a lot of the filtering that we're doing here, a lot of that gets kind of solved if you're in the filter by subdivision. Look, I found one other property in the same exact subdivision that sold in the last year. But here, let me not narrow it down. Let's pull these 10. And let me show you how to make it a PDF report, though. So once I've applied my filters and I found the right properties for my report, I think, okay, I think these 10 are a fair valuation. I just click Actions and then View Comp Report. It will take all this info right here and compile it into a PDF for you. So when that homeowner asks, how much is my property worth? You don't have to show them this page or try to explain the average sales price or the AVM. You can show them the PDF report, and it has all the details that they need. It has details on their property in case they forgot. And trust me, homeowners don't always remember. So they can get reminded about their property, see your search criteria, the filters you used, and then they can even see lows, highs, and averages, as well as a map and all of the details on the comped properties. So when you're running your comps, when you get to that property valuation portion and people start asking you, how much is my property? How much is it worth? Now you can just pull a PDF report. And once you get good at it, it'll take you 4 to 5 minutes, right? Something pretty quick. And then just email that directly to them.
I love it. One of the best things that I'm seeing from this section of the demo is that MLS access. So if you are not an agent and you're a full-time investor or part-time investor, and you feel like you don't want to bug your real estate agent over and over and over, hey, can you run comps on this? Can you run comps on this? You're going to burn out that relationship, right? We've had on agents in the past who they want to help you, but you gotta buy some stuff. You can't just ask for comps all day, every day. So this allows you to put some of the power in your hands. And then, of course, if you want your agent to give you a second set of eyes, this at least lets you take a few steps forward yourself by having that access and not have to, burden that relationship with your agent.
Absolutely. See, another thing that I love too, so if we're in the comping tool, you'll find the flip comps, which may not apply so much if you're buy and hold, but we can show you average gross profits for flips in certain areas. So how much they bought it for, how much they sold it for, and what they grossed. But then if you combine that with our rehab calculator, it may be really helpful for buy and hold. If you're looking to buy, fix a place up, hold on to it for a while, and then sell it. This can give you a PDF line item report in just a few clicks. So you don't need to be a licensed contractor. You could be brand new to doing contracting work, and this can help you get a line item report in no time.
Love it.
The rehab calculator, and then same for the ADU calculator, which can both be very good options. We've seen more buy and hold investors that are actually interested in ADUs.
Yeah.
They're changing laws. I think California recently, they were looking at actually allowing homeowners to sell the ADUs on their properties as their own buildings or as their own businesses.
We're just recently allowing it here in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's an option, if you're like, you know what, I have this property, I'm going to hold on to it, but it would appreciate a lot more if it had another unit on it. Sure. And then get that extra rental income too, because you can rent out 2 units. So if you're interested in that ADU calculator, that opens up right here in the Propstream and just asks you for 3 different options: what type of ADU, the square footage, and the quality. It is important to note, though, that the ADU calculator doesn't check about the permit qualification. So that's something you need to bring with you into Propstream. You need to make sure you can build an ADU there, that you can get those permits. And once you've done your due diligence there, then we can give you the estimate and a cost breakdown. So if you want a detached ADU here in Columbus, Ohio, at 600 square feet, that's good quality. Well, that's going to cost on average $174,000 with my cost breakdown below.
I have a better contractor. I'll send you.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Chris, this has been absolutely amazing. We are coming up on our time. Okay. If someone wanted to join Propstream, what would be a next step for them?
Oh, okay. Yeah, to join Propstream, to log in, and I think you have your own link for that. Yeah. So you should follow the link that you will be provided here, the unlocked link, but you can go sign up through that. Then we provide other education and other courses too. I'm always more than happy to jump on a webinar and talk more about Propstream. I can be really technical though, so if you want someone a little less technical, we have other videos and we have other people that might be more your speed. But yeah, go through the link, sign up, and then just go to our website and check out our other resources.
Yeah. I think, you have like a really good help section, and you said a couple mini courses. So I've done quite a bit of that. Let me check. Someone's asking about List Automator. That is something. Do you have a little mini course on that one through the link?
Yeah, let me just show you really fast.
Okay, I'll put you back on. I'm sorry. I got excited. Well, there we are. So this is, here we go.
If we go to propstream.com and go to the resource section, you'll find our video library. And here you can find different videos on all of our different features. But specifically, we have an automation section. We'll teach you all about how to use List Automator so that your lead lists are updating themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Super powerful.
Yeah. So that's a great question. What about Inga asked, can you also search for rental comps on Propstream?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. So there's not like a button on there for the rental comps, but you'll notice that if you are comping with the MLS data set, that we're going to pull in MLS rentals on there. So if you're doing your comps and then you kind of sort it by the price, you can pick and find those rentals.
Right. It'll be obvious what was a sale and what was for rent.
Yeah, unless they're really lucky and they got that property for $3,000, it's probably
That was me. I bought that.
Oh gosh, I was jealous when I saw
it. Kidding. One day. So last but not least, are there any CRM capabilities?
Oh, that's a great question too. So we do have the contact section here, but if you're used to a more full-fledged CRM, I'd say it's probably missing a lot of the features that you're used to. This, I would recommend, if you want more of those full-fledged CRM features, that you export the data out of here and import it into a third-party system.
Yes. Are you guys integrated with any CRM?
No, not right now.
It'd be
export system, but we are looking at doing some APIs soon too.
Okay. Well, very cool. So we are going to post a link if you guys want access to the MLS, if you want access to all of this incredible data aggregate, like they're doing the legwork for you in a lot of your research. So PropStream is designed to be able to analyze deals much faster than you're doing today. And we all know time is money. So if this is something that's important to you, Lizzie's going to post the link. If you're watching the replay and you have questions, please post them in the comments, tag me or Lizzie, and we'll get those answered for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me
Yeah,
today.
thank you. Okay. Thanks, Chris. See ya.
Thanks. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.